you guys. If you thought that 49.96 was something, Femke Bol had another thing coming today. I literally just woke up 5 minutes ago. It's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I was up late after a gig last night, and I check Instagram, and I see via Femke Bol's story that she was racing as a little friendly reminder in the 400-meter final at the Dutch National Indoor Championships today. And I go on Twitter to check the result because navigating to live results can sometimes take a few clicks. So once I get on Twitter, the first thing I see from Travis Miller, shout out Travis by the way, is world record Femke Bol 49.26. And not only that, there was a video included, so I got to watch and indulge a little bit. And first thing I noticed was at the 200-meter mark, she kind of split that 23, mid-23 high, kind of where she had come in her two previous 400-meter runs of 49.96 and then 50.2, both in France. But what seemed different about this one was almost reminiscent of what we saw in that Boston 500 meters, where once she had 100 meters to go, she just took off on everybody. Lieke Klaver, her teammate, the Dutch woman, was the only one really to stick with her to that point. But we just saw the arm drive, the turnover just go to another level. And she just powered all the way to the finish line. And that time took 25, no, what was it? It was 49.59. So that would mean that would be a 3300th improvement off the previous world record held by Jarmila Kratochvilova. Granted, indoor 400s are not nearly of the same caliber as outdoor 400s, but Femke Bol, even though she said that she's going to prioritize the 400-meter hurdles in this outdoor season, should seriously consider, and I think she will once it gets towards the latter stages of the season when the World Championships have come and gone, I think she will seriously consider moving, at least for time trial purposes, to the flat 400. Like I said in my previous Femke Bol video, she has more to accomplish in the 400-meter hurdles, but again, this is a great litmus test for her, and I have a very striking comparison for you guys with the time that she just achieved today, because 49.26 is the all-time, all-purpose personal best of Allyson Felix. And Femke Bol tied that indoors. And really, we mentioned this in the previous video as well, how Femke Bol she does have world records to her name, but this is the first one that feels truly real. Not that the others didn't in their magnitude, but because the 300-meter hurdles outdoors, which I had to mention in the description because I didn't mention in the last video specifically, but the 300-meter hurdles outdoor and the 500 meters indoor, those are, by the World Athletics System, considered world bests because they are seldom run events rather than outright world records. What we saw today, that was a world record. So if anything, Femke Bol proved that those marks weren't flukes, not that they were to begin with, because if there's one thing that we should know about Femke Bol, it's that she is an absolute workhorse. Because you go back to the European Outdoor Championships last year, where she completed the triple of the 400, the 4 hurdles, and then anchoring the 4x4. It was like she was completely tireless in that event. And I think that's the one thing that she and Sydney also differ in. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. I'm gonna start trying to call her true name from now on, so bear with me there. But the difference between their seasons last year was that Sydney raced much more sparingly than Femke did. So naturally, Femke was going to have a much tougher time in, sticking with the fresher Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, who, as I already mentioned, has a more natural, raw speed to her game. But Femke Bol, like I said before, this is just showing that she is reaping her potential in the speed department and the endurance department. She is blending them like we've never seen before on the women's side. And if she can continue to keep this form, if she can stay on top of things, outdoor season, who knows what it could hold for us. I already hinted at a potential 48 low in the open 4, but if we consider the 400-meter hurdles, I know she and Chris Chavez of Sidious Mag were talking about the idea of a sub 50 since it is very much on the horizon when you consider where the event is going. And she said that it didn't seem possible a couple of years ago because, as we mentioned as well, I'm bringing up a lot of points from the previous video, but I think this one is relevant too, that she was only in 55-second range just 3 short seasons ago. And now she has gone under 50, and not only gone under 50, but broken the world record for the indoor 400 meters. There's not enough you can say about it, guys. But with that, I'm going to throw it to you guys. What do you think? Do you think that this is the year that Femke Bol can really, really become a threat to Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone? Or do you think that Sydney has still got more in the tank? We've yet to really see a true response from her because, again, a lot of these high caliber athletes don't really race indoors, with Femke Bol being an exception, as well as Karsten Warholm. The two of them also, I should point out, love that outside lane for these indoor tracks. And Femke Bol, it's a no-brainer because she's got longer legs, longer strides, and going around those sharper turns would be torture to her. But she works it really, really well in the indoor circuit, and outdoors right around the corner. With no indoor worlds, that's really the ultimate goal. Budapest 2023. All right, guys, comment below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more track and trumpet content. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.